Hello, beloved. I thank you so much for your time and I thank you for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. This will be your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. You'll find the link to my Patreon listed in my description box below, and you can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google. Search it and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. Without further ado, let us tap in and find out, why were you spiritually led here? Okay, what is here for you, beloved? Why did you resonate with the title? And why did your own YouTube algorithm present you with this message? Let us tap in and talk to God, okay? So audiently, I keep hearing in a melodic way, like as if it's being sung, right? I keep hearing the word protection, but I'm hearing it as if, it's being sung. It's being spoken in a musical way, okay? It's like it's being chanted, it's being spoken, it's being sung, okay? And I feel like it's like I'm channeling that it is happening in a way of it's hovering over your life. There's a heavy hand of God above your life. There's heavy protection within your reality, okay? Your ancestors are right by your side. You are making way for the curses within your generation, in your curses within your bloodline, your ancestral lineage to be broken, okay? You are creating a new way, a new reality, a new frequency. You are tapped into a reality that your ancestors didn't get to live, or those in your family will never get to live, because you're doing what they couldn't, which is choosing to heal, choosing peace, choosing to do better, choosing to find God, choosing to ascend and transmute the pain, the trauma, okay? Not saying that it's easy, but you are choosing that path. And that's why your protection is the way that it is, and the way it's hovering over your life, the hand of God, okay? Yeah, we have the Empress here. Okay, I see here that with this Empress energy, you've always been protected, okay? Since a young age, since in the womb, you've been protected in the womb, as an infant, as a toddler, an adolescent, a teenager. Now as an adult, you're still protected, okay? And you are loved as well by God. You are loved by your ancestors, okay? You don't need to see the love for it to exist. You can feel the love. And what I mean by see the love is like your ancestors don't need to show up for them to show love to you. Their protection is a form of love. And God's hand above your life, by granting your ancestors permission to play the role that they're playing in your life, is his way of showing love too. So you are loved, you are protected, beloved, okay? Yeah, very much protected. Very much so. We have the temperance energy here. Okay. We have Taurus energy. We have Libra energy. We have Sagittarius energy at this time. And I'm seeing here that any negative force, negative spirit, negative entity, negative person, negative experience, any weapon formed here, all things are being and always have been transmuted from that to working in your favor, from that to victory. Okay, all things that we've established, it's like you will always win in the end above all your battles. Okay, that is a part of your calling, that is a part of your destiny, your fate. You know, you are meant to be in the energy of overcoming. You're meant to be in the energy of evolving. You're meant to be in the energy of change. You're meant to be in the energy of manifesting, calling in, and praying for better and actually attracting it or receiving it in general. Okay. I see here that you have a relationship with God, and in your way, in your own rights, it is very solid, and it is good for your heart, it is good for your spirit, it is good for your mind, it is good for your life, your reality, your world. Okay, God is very good to you because God continues to protect you. God continues to love you and show up in a protective way in your reality, show up in a protective way in your heart, your mind, and your spirit from whatever darkness or any battle that you might have fought, any pain, any trauma. Okay, you continue to prevail. In the end, God will continuously make sure of it. It's like no matter what here, you are definitely meant to be somebody that just overcomes, no matter how big a situation might seem, no matter how much of a giant of a battle it might be, but you are always meant to get to the other end of it. You're always meant to tell the story of how it feels to overcome this and this, that, and the third. Okay? It's like you're meant to share your testimony of life, or you're meant to be a testimony. You're meant to attract testimonial experiences, meaning that everything that you've undergone, your ancestors played to win. You were never meant to fail or lose or fall. Okay? You were always meant to rise above it, and rise above it some more. Okay? We have the Eight of Swords here. We do have Gemini energy. It's like this is the sort of protection that no one can take away from you. It's that sort of protection that is very undeniable. This is the type of love that God shows in a very, very intentional way. Like, oh my God, how did I, let's say an analogy, a reference point, a case study, an example. You end up in a predicament, in a circumstance, in a situation where you're just like so filled with gratitude because you can't believe how something turned out for you, or where you ended up after walking a certain path of life. You know, how things could have taken you out, or could have put you in a very, it's like in the most worst situation, the worst situation possible. Okay, the worst situation possible, but then you end up rising above it. You know, or you were in the midst of snakes, you were in the midst of the devil, the enemy, but you made it out. You escaped in every way. You won. You had victory. It's like situations like that where your protection is unbelievable, and God's presence in your life, your ancestors' presence in your life is also unbelievable. You must understand how most people, like, unfortunately, some people, I say most people, because of how the state of the world is, most people are still in trauma, they still in pain, they still processing shock, processing, you know, events of their life. They're still processing information, but it's not, they're not in a good place, or things are not happening in a good way. And for you to be in this energy of the wheel of fortune, where you are blessed, you are favored, you are chosen in aspect of your life that you need to be chosen, like receiving that, earning that, achieving that, accomplishing that, whatever that is for you, or being in that position, or having that, or being that, it's truly, truly blessed and favored energy that you are in. Okay. Don't ever look down on the protection that God has placed above your life and the love that God has for you, because it's a real thing. And you don't need to have this deep level of awareness for you to understand that you are protected, for you to understand that God and your ancestors are right by your side as you are walking this path of life. Okay, whether you are figuring out your purpose or you are in your purpose, your ancestors and God are by your side. Okay, and it's all for your highest good. It's all in your favor, and it's all going to work out. Okay, it's meant to, you are meant to get to the point of life where things just work out. No matter where you had to begin or how things were, they will work out. Okay, it's like part of your destiny here is what I'm seeing. Okay. We have Leo energy here with the Six of Wands. Yeah, I do see here that, there is a level of victory that is attached to your name. Victory above your mental health crisis, or mental health issues, or mental health decrease, issues, victory above your emotional instability or your emotional health issues, your emotional traumas, even your mental traumas, victory above your spiritual warfares, your spiritual battles. There is victory attached to all of that. Victory in the field of life that you're in, for whatever you are doing in terms of purpose, passion, desire, goals, ambition, whether you're planting those seeds or you are watching them grow and you're nurturing them in the process based on decisions and choices you've made. It's like there is victory tied to your name in your own right. Okay, not in comparison to so and so and how so and so's life is going. So I'm seeing here, it's like the more you just stay out the way and do you, or the more you just pay attention to how your reality is and focus on your life, your world, is the more you're going to be able to call in and manifest, and more of what you are praying for, what you are hoping for, what you have faith and trust in. Okay, there's all possibilities open of you being able to do and have what you want. Okay, if you just allow yourself to live in your world, in your life, in your reality, without interpreting your world, your life, and your reality based on the voice of the world, or the voice of someone else's life, like, oh, look at what they got going on, what this one's looking like. um it's like, unfortunately, in life, we find ourselves in positions where we feel under pressure because of what we see in the world. But that's the voice of the world, and it shouldn't be louder than the voice of your own. Your life is your pace. Okay, it should never be compared or looked down upon because of the pace. It is your pace for a reason, based on your destiny and your fate. You don't know how big what you're calling in, or what you're manifesting, or what you're praying for is, until it's here. And so you can't compare, because you see how their life is going. You being in their position, you maybe wouldn't receive what they have in happiness and peace and contentment, in any positive energy, because it's not meant for you. But if you wait your turn, and once your turn comes, your time is here and nothing can be done about it. And I see here that keep awaiting your turn, keep planting the seeds and putting in the work, keep being a good person and keep choosing to stand in the energy of positivity, no matter the negative forces, spirits, energies, people, thoughts, feelings that come against you, no matter the trauma, the pain, the hurts, you know, just keep moving forward and keep going here, and understand that in the end, because there's victory attached to your name, no matter what, it's fate and destiny, you will make it out of all of that. Okay, and you have all that you deserve based on what you put in. So keep putting in the work in whatever way, within yourself, in your world, in your life. Just keep putting in the work. Okay, we have the Page of Cups. This is literally the energy of, like, we have Pisces energy, we have Scorpio energy, we have Cancer energy here. This is literally the energy of people whom once upon a time, at some point in your life, you might have discussed your ambitions to these people, your dreams, your wishes, things of that nature, your goals, you know, ambition and purpose, and all things that just have to do with what is within you and what you want to call in, attract, and manifest and pray for, or what you've been praying for. It's like they thought you were crazy, or you were out of your mind, or they had this perspective that, oh, you just a big dreamer, in a way that, like, ugh, it's not possible. But back to the fact that the voice of the world, which is part of the voice of others, should not mean that you are validated by that. Another person can tell you something, but your future is going to turn out differently than what they tell you. Or another person can have a perspective, an opinion, or some form of just idea of what you should do. But what is within you, you want to do something else. And your voice should be your law and not what another person thinks or claims, you know. Because there are a lot of people that thought it wasn't possible for you to be where you are now, or get to the point of where you are now. And it's not about material possessions. It's about your evolution, your elevation, your healing journey, your spiritual journey, your ascension, just you as a person. You have people that, they were in the energy that, oh, whatever, like, you'll never be that. You have an active imagination, or you always in your head, you always just in your head too much, or in your emotions too much. Okay, but those people didn't need to validate anything that has to do with you based on your passion, goal, ambition, purpose, desires. You never needed their validation for what you want to call in, what you've been praying for, what you've been manifesting and attracting to be real. You never needed them to give you a stamp of approval, for you to get your wish fulfillment in the end. Okay, so just continue to detach from whoever feels like their opinion matters or their actions matter, in a way that they're going to put you in a certain position because of what they say or do. Like, let people be. Okay, don't ever attach yourself to what anyone says or does, because it's their choice at the end of the day. How are you going to be burdened by another person's choices and decisions? They chose that. They chose to be like that. They chose to do that. They chose to say that. Okay, I keep seeing the Ace of Pentacles energy here. I do see that, the more you invest in yourself, the better you'll become. The more you invest in yourself, the better you'll become, beloved. Okay. I do see here that there were weapons that were formed against you. There was negativity, there was drama, There was trauma, there was pain, there was just a lot of opposition or battles that were fought, in silence or out in the open. But there's victory in the end of that. Okay, back to the level of protection that you have and God's presence and your ancestors' presence in your life. Okay, it got you through that because um you within your bloodline, your ancestry lineage, you're meant to be the one that overcomes or breaks all of these generational curses or enables and activates newness in your bloodline, in your ancestry lineage. Okay, you are not meant to walk the path that the rest of your family members have walked, no matter how they perceive it. Or you could have been somebody that was a black sheep, or somebody that was different, unique, somebody that was not like everyone, a glitch in the matrix. You were who you were, you are who you are, but your purpose, your calling is bigger than you, bigger than everything that you've been through, bigger than any enemy you might have, any weapon that was formed. Okay, so beloved, just understand that in the end you win. In the end there's victory. In the end, you will clearly know and understand all that you need to know and understand. In the end, what you haven't been able to figure out or um see clearly, you will. Okay, so no matter what it seems to be right now, whatever the situation, the pace, just everything might be the way that it is right now, but God is in control of your life, beloved, and God won't forsake you or put you in a situation where it was all for nothing. Okay, you'll keep rising up. Like, God is purposely going to keep rising you up. As I said, you are meant to be a testimony, walk in testimonial energy. Just be somebody who has a story to tell, or be somebody whose life is filled with purpose, whose life is worth a lot. Okay, you matter, beloved. Okay, that's the message here. You matter. I'm being cold though to end this message here. This was your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time and I thank you for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. You'll find the link to my Patreon listed in my description box below, or you can join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google. Search it and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. I thank you all for everything and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.